Hi, my name is Jay with Kick Foosball Tables. First off, I'd like to welcome you to the Kick family. Today I'll be showing you how to properly assemble your Kick 55-inch Gemini foosball table. Hope this instruction video was helpful. With no further delay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is open your box and take a look at your contents. Then, lay down each piece out onto your floor individually. If you are assembling your foosball table on a hard surface, I do recommend you lay down a large blanket or a large piece of cardboard. That way we don't damage our foosball table during the assembly process. Next, you want to match each part to what's inside your instruction manual. After sorting out all the parts in the box, and once you've matched each part to what's inside your instruction manual, if you notice any missing or damaged parts, please contact Kick customer support with pictures of your shipping label, the box itself, and the damaged part. Our contact information will be listed at the end of this video. For step 1, we're sliding our playing field P3 into the groove that you see here on both side panels P1. Now you just want to make sure that the holes for your rods are faced downwards closest to the floor, that the groove that you see here faces inward towards the other side panel. Go ahead and grab your playing field with the graphic side face down. Place into that groove. For step 2, we're attaching both of our end panels P2 to both side panels P1 using our H5 washer and our H4 bolt. And you just want to make sure that the goalie hole on the end panel is faced downwards closest to the floor, and that the groove you see here goes underneath your playing field. Use aluminum to line both the holes on the end panel to both of the bottom holes on the side panel. You also want to make sure that the playing field fits into the groove on top of the end panel. Go ahead and insert your H4 bolt and your H5 washer. And then secure with the Allen wrench that was provided. For step 3, we'll be attaching our playing field to the bottom of the assembly using our H6 screw. You will notice that there are 16 pre-drilled holes on all 4 sides of your playing field. Just go ahead and insert your H6 screw and secure it. Next, we'll be attaching our playing field support braces P5 to our table using our P6 brackets and our H7 screw. So you just want to go ahead and lay your support brace face down and attach your P6 bracket to the end of your brace. And then secure your H7 screw. After you've attached all 6 of your support brackets to all 3 of your braces, we will now be securing our support braces to both side panels using our H7 screw. This first support brace, you just want to go ahead and line up into the middle of your table. And the other two, you want to space about a foot apart. For step 5, we'll be attaching our legs P4 to our table using our H2 bolt, our H1 bolt, and our H3 washers. One way to determine that you are adding the correct leg to the correct side of the table is to make sure that both the holes on the side panel and both holes on the end panel line up with the legs properly. Go ahead and insert your H1 bolt into the side panel. Then your H2 bolt will go into the back rear panel. Go ahead and secure with the elements that was provided. Next, we'll attach our leg levelers P12 to the bottom base of each leg. This part's pretty simple. Just want to go ahead and screw down your leg leveler all the way down to the bottom base of your leg. Now, the purpose of these leg levelers is to stabilize your table during play, so that if one side's higher than the other, you can just unscrew a couple notches to even out your playing field. You will also notice a rubber ring around each bottom of your leg leveler. This will prevent your table from sliding back and forth during a rough play. After you completed step 5 and attach all of your legs and attach all of your leg levelers to the bottom base of each leg, now we're on the next step in turning over our table. This is a two-person job, so you need some assistance for this part of the assembly. What you want to make sure is that you don't rest the weight of the table on either of the legs. So you want to turn over the table in one swift, full motion so that all the legs hit the ground at the same time. For step 6, we'll be attaching our ball entry cups P9A and our ball entry socket P9B to our table using our H8 screw. Go ahead and insert your ball entry socket through the inside of the side panel and your ball entry cup through the outside of the side panel. The screw. You want to make sure that the cup is aligned and flush with the top of the table. And insert your H8 screw. And secure. Next, we're attaching both of our slide scores P10 to both end panels using our H9 screw. This part's pretty simple. You just want to go ahead and align your slide score to the goalie line that you see here. Insert your H9 screw and secure. Next, we'll be attaching our rod bushings C10A and C10B to our table using our A1 tool. Now, these rod bushings might not be in the construction manual for this model table, but I'm going to show you how to properly attach them now. What you want to make sure is on your rod bushing C10A that the groove that you see here on either side line up to both the holes on the inside of the side panel. Go ahead and insert your C10B bushing through the back side and screw into C10A. And secure with your A1 tool. Next, we'll be attaching our cup holders P11 to our table using our H8 screws. You will notice that there are 4 pre-scored holes here that you see. You just want to go ahead and line up your cup holder over those holes. Insert your H8 screw and tighten. After you completed step 6, we can now go to the next step, step 7, in inserting all of our rods and attaching each player to each rod. The most important part of assembling a foosball table is making sure that all the rods and players are in the right position. So you want to carefully review the diagram, locate an instruction manual prior to inserting your rods. What you want to make sure is that you add the correct amount of players per holes in the rod.
Here's how to set up the rods and players on your new kick foosball table. Place 4 handles on each side of the table in this specific order. Make sure the 4 handles for your home team are in this specific order, as shown in the diagram. Also make sure your players are facing the opposing team and toward the opponent's goal, not the same team or your own goal.
You also want to make sure that there's a hole on the correct side of the table where the handles will later go. Now, before we insert all of our rods and attach each player to each rod, I'm going to show you an already assembled table and explain to you the differences between a 1-man goalie versus a 3-man goalie setup, and the difference between counterbalanced men versus uniform men. 1-man goalie versus a 3-man goalie setup. With this table, we have the option to have either a 1-man goalie or a 3-man goalie setup. Most beginners and some others prefer a 3-man goalie setup because there's more defense around the goal, making it harder to score and giving the user more control over the field. Others prefer a more fast-paced 1-man goalie setup. It's completely up to you. To have a 3-man goalie setup, you have 3 players on the goalie rod. You can optionally place the white field lining tape on both sides of the table to prevent any dead spots, if any at all. If you're looking for a 1-man goalie setup, instead of having the other 2 outer men on the goalie rod, you replace them with the 4 black stop rings. Next, place the 4 green triangle corner ramps you received on each corner of the playing field. Then secure your ramps using the 4 H12 screws that were provided. Counterbalanced men versus uniform men. With your table, you've received 2 full sets of different style of foosball men. 1 set of uniform hard plastic men, and 1 set of ABS counterbalanced men. The uniform men are the foosball men used mostly by beginners. If you keep the players on the rod in a horizontal position, they'll just fall back down into a vertical position. Or if you free spin the rods, they'll continue on spinning. Whereas the more experienced players or regular players prefer the counterbalanced men. Counterbalanced men mean that there's a weight in the head equal to the weight of the toe. So unlike the uniform men, they will not fall back down into a vertical position if left in a horizontal position or in any other position. They also don't keep on spinning like the uniform men. This lets the user position the foosball men to their liking or technique. When attaching your players to your rod, you want to note that there is a bumper, a washer, then you want to add the correct amount of players per holes in the rod. Then add another washer and another bumper. Then complete by sliding through the second hole. Line your players up over the hole on the rod. We're securing our players using our C6 bolt and our C7 nut. Of course, pretty simple. Go ahead and line up the chest of the player over the hole in the rod. Insert your C6 bolt. Hold the bolt in place, turn the player around, insert your C7 nut. Hold that bolt in place, turn the player around, and secure. For step 8, we're attaching our handles, P7, to the end of our rod using our H10 bolt. This part's pretty simple. Let's go line up the hole on the handle to the hole in the rod. Insert your H10 bolt. Secure. One quick note, these handles are really high quality. Most other companies use really cheap rubber slide-on handles. Also, these rods are semi-hollow, so they are durable enough to rough play, yet light enough to let the player have full control over the rod. If you need any rod lubricant, please contact Kick and we'll send you a free complimentary bottle. Next, you want to go ahead and insert your rubber end caps, P8, on the other end of the rod. Congratulations! We are now officially done assembling our Kick 55-inch Gemini foosball table. You are now free to enjoy your table with your friends and family. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please visit us at www.kickfoosballtables.com or email us at support@kickfoosballtables.com.